like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is our review for 90 Day Fiance. This is season 6, episode 4. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. Y'all was in this on Tuesday morning. We got snow here today. Like, it's snowing like right now. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. And there's like snow outside of my car. That sucks. It's not bad. It's like maybe an inch or two, but it's winter. Anyway, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole J Bird. Okay, hello to all my J Birds. Do not forget to comment, and share. I forgot. Like, comment, and share this video, and to always hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I have new videos up. Was that it? That is it. Oh, y'all know, of course, I have my Jaylee's Corner merchandise available below this video, so be sure to hit the items below. You can see them. You can really see them on Teespring. Hoodies, t-shirts, and mugs. Thank you very much. So y'all know this is the first season I've watched the 90 Day Fiance. I watched the 90 Day Fiance before, when I watched 90 Day Fiance before the 90 Days Before. So this is like my second go round. I like it, but I'm like, I've been wanting a little bit more. Or I think it's because stuff is drawn out. I be bored sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, it's so boring. And that part is interesting. Oh my God, help me, or whatever. But yeah. So we'll start off with Kalani and Asuelu. So, she brings up how, she knows her family is not over the whole thing with him, and how she knows that, he has to win her family over in order for, things to be more smoothly. But for right now, she just wants to enjoy, him, her, and the baby, them three. So they go, it's like a little park or whatever. And, he trying to put the baby on a swing. And she's like, oh, no, you can't really swing on me. Be really, really careful. So she's having to basically, parent him, being a goddamn parent. And so, she also brings up how she knows he's trying to, be like the dad or whatever, and do the dad thing, but how he just doesn't know a lot. And I'm like, well, because he's young, he's 23, he doesn't know about kids. So I'm like, teach him. Like, there are things he's going to have to learn the same way you had to learn things too. Like, it is what it is. Anyway, she also brings up how she and he cannot afford to continue to stay at that Airbnb anymore. She says that she quit her job before he came to the States because she wanted to spend time with him and the baby. And I was like, who quits their job to hang out with people? Like, I'm like, you have to make money. I'm like, I was just like, you quit your job, bitch? You like, what? She then brings up how her savings are also dwindling because she spent so much money paying to get him to the States. Like, she paid for the most for the visa, and so how he really did not, contribute that much. And I'm like, what? Like, for me, it's weird. Something like her family is worried that he's coming here to use her. She looked like she's not even usable. Like, I'm like, this is weird. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, he didn't really contribute. So she paid for a man. She paid for a whole penis. Okay, so she brings up because they can't afford to stay at the Airbnb because she isn't working, and because her and the sister are beefed out with her sister not liking Asuelu. They're going to go move to Utah to live in her parents' second house, where her brother stays. It's a 5-bedroom house. So her brother, the baby, will all be staying in this house in Utah that is her brother's house. So I'm like, you went from living with your sister to living in the Airbnb to now living at your parents' house with your brother. I feel like they worried about Asuelu getting his life together, whatever. It seemed like Kalani don't have her life together either. Like, she quit her job to be with a man, and then she can't afford to pay bills, and she has to live in her parents' house. I'm like, they should be worried about her, like not him. Worry about her. I mean, like get them both together. They both need to go to some classes or something. So she brings up how of course the brother will be staying there for period because he stays there now, and they will be there, and then her parents will be up will come up whenever they're on vacation, but also for the first 2 weeks the parents will be there like the whole time. And so what I'm saying, I'm like, Lord Jesus. So she like, my parents being there, it's gonna be in the same house or whatever, and they kind of talking about how they can't have sex while our parents are there, because it's like, for me, it's weird to have sex under the roof of my parents there. Which is true. It's only fun having sex in the house if you like sneaking in your parents' house. Like you don't want to like be actively doing it. You know what I'm saying? In your parents upstairs or whatever. You're an adult, which is weird. So I'm like, girl, bad. But they both jokingly talking about, can you wait? Can you wait? And he said how he is so sexy that she may not be able to keep her hands off of him if he try to put it in. I'm like, y'all are so nasty. Anyway, we do see her saying how she wants to talk to her sister, how she misses her sister, and how, because they lived together for so long, they were just so used to being around each other. And, she hopes they can figure things out before she leaves, because, she wants her sister to stop feeling left out. Her sister's a whole crybaby. I just can't even do it. It's just so stupid. Asuelu says how he just doesn't want the sister acting weird towards him. He just wants them to all be able to get along. And she's like, well, if you can just behave, before, this time while she's here, I'm pretty sure y'all will be okay. But I'm like, your sister is wholeheartedly mad based on a lie you told her. And then once you told her that you lied, she didn't get over it. Your sister act like she wants to fuck you. Like, she acts like she wants to be your wife. Like, I'm confused what's going on. Like, my thing is, the way her sister be acting is more than just think of, I helped my sister when daddy went around. She feels like you weren't the father. You're the auntie. Like, you can help your sibling, be a parent to their kid, but you are not the other person. Like, you was that kid's auntie. And I was the father. No, you're the auntie helping your sister, and you need to kind of fuck down, is what I say. So we do see them have dinner. It's the sister, Kalani, and Asuelu. And then the sister says she feels like she's giving her sister or her nephew to someone she doesn't trust. I don't understand I don't get it. It's just the weirdest thing or whatever. I feel like the sister needs to get her own life. Like, you are not not the father. Not the father, okay? Um, she then tells him, like, you cheated on my sister, so I hate you. I need to hear you say that you didn't cheat. I'm like, bitch, what? I was over. I was like, I can't take this entitlement of, I helped my sister take care of her baby, and now her baby daddy has to prove his love to her, to me, as if he got her pregnant, left her here, and went away. Like, he lived in a different country. Like, they aggravate my soul as if he did her so wrong, as if he left her destitute, to be a single mom. She should have fucked somebody in America. She chose to lose her virginity in a foreign country with a stranger and got pregnant. That ain't that man. He didn't abandon her. He couldn't come here. He didn't live here. I'm like, get over the bullshit. It's stupid. You know what I'm saying? He tells her how when they was hooking up back then or whatever, he like, we weren't serious. Like, I didn't even know if she would come back to my country or whatever. It wasn't serious or whatever. So when she left, I'm saying, like, also when she was here, she told me she don't even like brown guys, she like white guys. And I'm like, that's funny, okay. He like, so I felt like she wasn't gonna come back, we weren't together, and so I just went back doing my normal thing, I'm saying, doing things with girls. And I was like, and he should have did that. He didn't do nothing wrong at all. Kalani then says how it wasn't until she got back to the islands and went back to see him that they decided to be a full-fledged couple, and they decided to be together. And if my lips are off kilter, I can see it now, but I don't feel like redoing it. It is what it is. Anyway, but yeah, she said when I went back to the island, we decided to be a couple. And then she's like, now we are in a fully committed relationship, and since we became fully committed, he didn't cheat on me. which means after I went there the first time and we had sex, he did have sex with girls, and she got mad about it. But they weren't a couple. He was doing what he was doing. It wasn't no big deal. She wasn't his girlfriend. Like I'm not. I can't get mad at the man who I hooked up with in a foreign country is having sex with other people when I leave. Like the fuck, I just can't take it. Anyway, she's like, right now we love each other and we're together. And then the sister said, well, do you love her or whatever? Like, are you here to do right by her? He said, yes, I love her. I want to do right by her and my son or whatever. That's why I'm here to be a good person. Well, okay, I believe you. And I believe you until you give me a reason not to. I'm like, you know what? I can't. You should have done that from the beginning. You should have let it go from the beginning. They have to realize he didn't leave her. He didn't live here. He didn't live here. Stupid as hell. Anyway, Steven and Olga. Olga's still pregnant. Okay, Olga's still pregnant and she's waiting to have this baby. And so we then see at 1 a.m. Ta-da! She's in labor. She's in pain. So they have to get up and get to the hospital. Now, for the most part, Steven, like, I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. But he seemed calm. Okay? He was like, okay. He was like helping her get dressed, helping her put her clothes on, helping her put her shoes on. That was really, really nice. He was helping her. He seemed calm, cool, and collected or whatever. So they get to the hospital. So, you know what I'm saying? They're there, Olga's scared because she's in pain or whatever. And he's confused because he does not speak Russian. And when they get to the hospital, like, she's in one part, he's in the other. And he like, I don't like this hospital. It looks dirty. I'm like, you at a hospital at 1 o'clock in the morning in Russia. It may not, I mean, they hospital, I've never been to Russia, but I'm not sure how this stuff look. But I don't think it will look as spick and span as they do here just because. And it also look like she don't live in the best neighborhood either. So, you know what I'm saying? Because she's like a little poor. So it could be like a Medicaid type hospital, whatever. I'm not sure. Anyway, but because he does not speak Russian, they're telling him how, okay, she gonna stay here for the night, and then you can leave now and come back tomorrow. And then so the producers or whoever's like translating, like, yo, they said that we can leave now. He like, well, no, is she having the baby tonight? So Olga, big belly, hospital ground, she looks like she's in so much pain. And she's like, okay, I have to go to the room now. You will leave, and then you have to come back tomorrow and talk to the head doctor. Meaning, you can't stay here, and you have to leave, and we have to wait until tomorrow until they say if you can or cannot be in the room. And he like, so I can't be here. She's like, no, Steven, you can't. You can come back tomorrow and talk to the doctor because they're not here now. Because again, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then, you know what I'm saying, he's like, to me, he was bothering her. Like, he was bothering her with the point of he wanted to be in the room. Like, she know that. But right now, it ain't shit she can do. Let her go lay down and do like she told you to do and come back in the morning. That's all the fuck you can do. It was whatever. So he like all trying to hug on her belly and kiss the belly. I'm like, bruh, she up there looking like she about to pass out, like a baby finna pop out her uterus. Let the lady go lay down. Okay, it's like, Steven, I have to go lay down. I have to go to my room. So he leaves and he says to her before he leaves, if you have the baby and I'm not here, like, it's gonna be bad or whatever. And somebody say, yeah, it's gonna be really, really bad. I'm looking like, fuck you, Steven. She don't control the rules in Russia. Okay? She's a goddamn citizen. She doesn't control shit. She told you from jump, we have to get special permission for the man to be in the room. We have to wait to talk to the main doctor. He pissed me off. Okay, so he outside like, yeah, I can, if my baby, my son can't be born, if I'm not here, I'm going to talk to the chief of the hospital. Shut your broke waiter and ass up. So you ain't gonna do shit, okay? My thing is, and the reason he was aggravating me was because, again, it's not like they're just being assholes. The law is the law there. Like, if you didn't want to deal with that, you should have got a girl pregnant who lived in the States. And he gonna say, if her visa was approved, we wouldn't be going through all this. If you would not fucked a Russian girl, you wouldn't be going through all this. Okay? So, it's just stupid. It was making me really mad. We then see Olga. She's in the hospital or whatever. It's like, oh, I'm just so tired. It's so hard being here in the hospital without Steven, to hug and kiss on me. And I was like, he been MIA your whole pregnancy. Like this is like the first time you've seen him since you met him. So you're used to not being with him. Like this should be familiar. He ain't never there. He only been there, what, a day? Girl, bad. But again, she just wants him to be there. But I'm like, he's already an asshole, so I don't know. We do see about 6 hours later, into that day, he's allowed to be in the room. So he's in there with her. And it was a little room. Like, it did not seem like a hospital room here. It was like a little, it was like a little room. So she's like, oh yeah, it's just, I'm in so much pain or whatever. And he hears the heart monitor. He's like, oh my God, your heart is beating so fast. She's like, that's not my heart. He's like, that's the baby? She's like, yeah. I'm like, he's so stupid. But he don't know about babies. So the doctor didn't come in and like, you're going to have the baby today, not tomorrow. Like, you're going to have the baby today. And not only that, the baby's about the baby's head is about 11 centimeters. So, you're gonna have to have a C-section. We're gonna take you down to have surgery. And she's like, oh shit, what? What's gonna happen? And so she explains to him how, to Steven, how she's gonna go have a C-section. And so we have to wait till next episode to see what happens. But Steven gets on my nerves. Like, I can already tell they ain't gonna work out, simply because he has this thought process to how things should go, even if that ain't the law. Like, I'm like you want to have a baby, but you can't afford one. You want to have a baby and be in the room, but you don't get that the law in rushes that you can't be in there without permission. It's, it was what it was. I'm like, girl, bye. Who's next? Jay and Ashley. So, they're not living together. They're waking up together, whatever. They have to get used to each other. They both saying how they want to get used to each other. You know what I'm saying? Because Jay then, like, cause she's like, what do you want in your, like, coffee? Like, do you want, like, sugar? And he's like, well, white sugar is for rich people. Like, don't you have any brown sugar? So it's weird stuff like that. But I'm like, I don't think she had none because she never put none out. Her cabinets look a little messy because she didn't want to open them all the way up. But I digress. So, he brings up how he just hopes that living with her, that, she does not have she doesn't have a bad side. Like, he doesn't, want to get there, and then she's like a completely different person. She looks like she has a bad side. And when he was talking, she looked like she was like, I hope I don't bring out my bad side too early. Like, I don't want to know too soon or whatever. So he then says, I just want whoever I live with to accept me. I hope they just can accept me. And she said, you don't want to just say like my name, like why would you say whoever, like who else would you be with? I'm looking like, yeah, who else? Somebody. We then see, she's like, oh, we're gonna go get some food or whatever. And he like, well, yeah, because you said you're gonna take me to get like some barbecue ribs or whatnot. And so she tells him, oh, I have to make one stop real quick or whatever. So she says how, she does not want him to feel like, it's just him, he's all alone, and how he has to be like always up and around her. She wants to kind of surprise him. So she took him to like a friend's house or whatever, and like it was a surprise welcome to America party with all her friends or whatever. And I was happy with a couple black people sprinkled in there. I was afraid that like she didn't know black people. Excuse me. And I feel like sometimes when you're a white person who don't know any black people, it's weird when you like bring one home. Like, it's just I don't know, say like stuff. I don't know. Anyway, he was happy to be at a little party or whatever. And now we see the whole time, he having a good time, everybody having a good time, Ashley having a good time. But her friend Natalie is in the corner looking like she's upset, okay? She's looking like, oh, he's a piece of shit. Like, she just looks like she has this disdain for him. Natalie is jealous of Ashley. Natalie probably wanted to bang him, or maybe she did bang him. I'm not sure. And she does not like how her friend has continued the situation into a relationship, and now she feels like she's being left out. She just jealous. Like, you can see on her face, it's not that she thinks he cheated. That ain't even it. Because again, Natalie told, no, I mean, Abby told Natalie, if God himself came down from the high heavens above and told me he cheated, I would not believe Jesus. So she tell you she won't believe Jesus, she not gonna believe you. So at that point, you have to, I have to move on. She can't move on because she's jealous. She's not mad, she's jealous. Anyway, so we see Jay like no, we see Jay like go on the porch like to sit down or whatever, and then you see Natalie follow him, and then the cameras follow them both, and so they have a conversation. She's somebody trying to protect Ashley, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking out for my friend, which is fine. You're supposed to do that. However, when your friend says, I don't think he cheated, and if he did, I don't care. It ain't an issue. We gonna be together. We still get married. Like, you can't make it seem as if, you know what I'm saying, she believes that she was hurt or whatever. She told you before he got there, leave it the fuck alone. So the fact that you're holding on to it, you're jealous. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Jay then asked her, like, why are you lying, telling her I cheated? Like, what did it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't cheat on her. You know what I'm saying? Why are you talking about these rumors or whatever? And it was weird because in one breath he said, why did you say that in these rumors? He then says something like, oh, because I was out here fucking sucking or whatever. So I'm like, it seemed like something may have happened. But the weird part about it is Natalie talking about these rumors, but she wasn't even in Jamaica. Like, you can't, how are you saying something happened when you weren't even there? Who else do you know in Jamaica? Who from Jamaica called you or sent you video text and said, you know what, G out here fucking people all up and down the roadway? Nobody. She's jealous, okay? And I'm not saying he didn't cheat. I'm not saying he was not in Jamaica fucking people. What I'm saying is, uh, Ashley said, I don't care. So that's all that should matter. So, he like, that was old. That was some rumor stuff. We don't even care about that anymore. That was my past. This is my present. Leave it alone, whatever. We don't care. He go back in and he kind of looks a little bit mad or whatever. So Ashley knows that Natalie must have said something. So the next day, they like wake up or whatever, and she's like, well, what did she say? She keep bringing up that cheating shit or whatever, and she keep talking about, I was cheating in Jamaica or whatever, and I don't know why she keeps bringing up rumors she heard in Jamaica. And I'm thinking, like, how the fuck did she get rumors from Jamaica? Like, I can't even get rumors, well, I have friends and others, well, I can't get gossip, that's true. But again, because I know people in these states, she don't know nobody in Jamaica. She just does not, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Ashley's like, you know what, I'm going to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why she keep bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? Because I told her I chose to stay with him, so I don't see why she's making an issue. She's basically just causing me more stress, and I don't want to do that or whatever. And then she literally says, this issue was never an issue between me and Jay, so I don't get why she's making it an issue, like, and it's just stressing me out. So, she says how she feel like Natalie just doesn't support her decision. And as a friend, you do want to support your friend's decisions. If they decide to stay with somebody who you think cheated or cheated, that's their decision. You can't keep bringing it up, because when you do that, it ices you out. Okay, it puts you on the outskirts. And what happened? She contacted Natalie, and told her, you're out of my wedding. I'm putting your ass on pause. I can't deal with you right now, you know what I'm saying? And you know why? Bitch, bye-bye. Bye-bye, bitch. And I was like, ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. But she said that she had to Valerie. She said, I don't want to look back at my wedding photos of my wedding and see someone who genuinely isn't happy for me. Like, she's jealous of me being married or whatever. It could be because it's her third time being engaged. Okay, so who knows? But still, you have to be supportive of your friends. It is what it is. Ashley then is like, her bridesmaids are dress shopping or whatever, try the dresses on, and when they pull out Natalie's dress, she's like, oh yeah, we don't need that one anymore, like, she's not in the wedding. And they're like, what happened? And so she just brings up, she's not happy for me right now. She's bringing up rumors that he cheated, and I don't believe he cheated, and how would she know he cheated in Jamaica and she does not live there? And so she isn't happy for me. So I just kind of had to distance myself, because she kept stressing me out, and it was just causing so much, like, she wasn't supportive. And the friends say, you know what I'm saying, it's her life to live, so we have to support her in what she wants to do. And you know what I'm saying, that was basically the whole thing. Now, she did bring up that she ran off on 2 weddings. She said the first one wasn't planned, she said, but the second one was fully planned, and she had spent like 60 grand. Where's she getting this money from? Is she a prostitute? I don't know. Anyway, we have to see what happens next week, but that was all with them. Coach and Larissa. First of all, Colt and Larissa are currently together because they just the other day, she was arrested, um, for supposedly like some kind of domestic dispute, against Colt. So they're still together. And there's not many details about what happened, but she was also on IG and she had changed her name to like help me. I don't have a phone. And she posted stuff like, he's trying to take it was crazy. He went and was posting stuff like, she's just having a little episode, she has these insecure moments or whatever. It was crazy. But we know they together now. So I mean, but I think she in jail still. So we'll see if he gets her out of jail. So Larissa says how she does not have anything to do there because she can't work. Colt's at work all day, so her and the mama is at home just doing nothing together. I'm like, Lord Jesus. So, she goes to Debbie and says, hey, she's like, well, she said she realized that she has to have a good relationship with Debbie in order to have a good relationship with Colt. That's true. You can't be out here hating a man's mama. Okay, that's not gonna happen. So she suggests that her and Debbie go shopping for a couch. So Debbie says, "Oh, okay." So she brings up how the reason she didn't like the house was because one, she said the house was messy and it did not have any furniture in the living room. So I just didn't like that. So we're gonna go buy a couch. So they go to what I thought looked like Rent a Center because I'm like the signs look like the little blue, but I'm guessing there may be some of the store there. Anyway, so they in there together. So Debbie sees the couch, like a little reclining couch with like a little sofa, little what is that, velvet material. And she said, well, I like this. So then Debbie sits down. Debbie says she liked the couch. Larissa then says, oh, do you like the color? And Debbie says no. Then why the fuck did you sit down, Debbie? What is wrong with you? Larissa then says, oh, I like the color. I think anything that's like a neutral color, I think it's cute. So they already don't agree on that part. So then, Larissa then said, I want this kind of couch. And she points to a leather couch. And they'd be like, we can't have a leather couch because we have cats. I guess because cats, scratch stuff. So it was a huge leather couch. And I said, well, will it fit in the house? I'm not even sure. So Larissa is like, well, let's get this couch. And we can get it. And, we can just do that. And Debbie's like, well, no, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge leather couch, but we have to still have, Colt silver because he paying for it. And then, she's like, well, no, we can get it right now. And, if he doesn't like it, he can buy a new one later. You know what I'm saying? Because she said we spend most of the time at home anyway, like the couch should be for us. And I'm like, but Debbie don't like the couch either, whatever. So Debbie like, nah, we're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? He's paying for it, so he should be able to see it first. I'm not gonna do it. So Larissa brings up how Colt did not give her a credit card or access to his credit card. However, he told her she can get whatever she wants if she's with the mom, Debbie, because he and Debbie share a joint checking or a joint account. Okay. I'm like, girl, bad. So the couch is like $13 or whatever, and Debbie refuses to buy it. Like Larissa's like, well, let's just buy it. It can be a surprise and all that stuff. And she was like, no, we're not gonna do that. No, you can. He has to see it. So she brings up, like, well, yeah, me and him have a joint checking account. We've had a joint checking account since he was 14 years old, and I'm not gonna let her spend his money. I'm like, damn, 14, he 33. And at first I'm like, that's kind of crazy. But she was on the live events that came on after it or whatever, and she said how it's like, I want to clarify, it's not that we have only one account in the joint. It's like we have a joint account that he's had since he was younger, but we also both have our own separate accounts. And when we are paying the household bills because we share the house, we transfer money into that account, and that's how we pay stuff. And I said, well, that sounds better. And Larissa, like, I feel like a man's wallet should not be controlled by anybody but his wife. But you're not his wife yet. So they go pick Colt up from work. I'm like, Lord, he got two women picking him up from work. And then in the car, she's like, oh, me and Debbie went to go buy a couch today. Debbie like, and she wanted to buy it without talking to you. I said, oh, Debbie's a whole snitch. So, she's like, but I told her that you need to see it first. And he's like, well, yeah, I want to be included in that kind of decision or whatever. And she's like, well, no, 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 no. I want it to be a surprise for you. He's like, well, I get surprised. Like, but that's not like, that's not like a plan. He like, that's the whole couch. And I will want to talk about that. And she then says, well, I figured you don't have to be, involved every time we spend money. And then he was like, well, some stuff no, but some stuff yeah. And then I was like, Lord Jesus, it was her back and forth. And then, he's like happy his mom stopped or whatever. He brings up how he just says like, it's your first day here and it's the first store you went to, like it's other stores we can go to. And they're like, yeah, they go, Debbie, yeah, there are other stores. I'm like, they are a dynamic duo. So he do bring up to because the producers I think asked like, once y'all get married, would you, give her like access to your cars? And he says no, I wouldn't trust her with my car because she would spend all the money, very very fast, and I'm not gonna do that. So no, the rest in the car looking like a child who can't get no McDonald's. I want some McDonald's, and they like, no, Larissa, you can't have no McDonald's, but I want some McDonald's. And he looks sad. So it was funny. Anyway, we do see Larissa and Colt go talk to his cousin John and John's girlfriend. I'm not gonna go through this whole thing. The cousin John is like, y'all can call this off. I think it's a mistake, and he doesn't need not for it. You know what I'm saying? He did ask her, like, you know what I'm saying, how do you show your love towards him? Like, do you love him? And she's like, well, I cook or whatever, and I'll clean, and you know what I'm saying, I'll take care of him, and I'll encourage him. And Colt thinks that showing love is just that having sex or whatever. And then he's like, well, yeah, I feel like showing love is like expressing yourself or whatever, like, hugging, kissing, and sex. So yeah, I do it that way or whatever. And then I'm like, girl, bad. So she brings up how, well, he has a very high sex drive. I say, because he wants your sex, girl, that's really it. And so, she brings up how, yeah, he has a high sex drive, but I think he thinks Latin women are only out here like with big butts and big titties and big tits or whatever and ready for sex, and that's not me. And I'm like, I think she did not want to have sex with him all the way. But it was what it was. She then brings up, well, Colt likes to do everything together. Like, he wants to sit around and watch TV together. We eat together. He wants to lay around in bed together. I'm looking like, that's a regular relationship. And they're like, well, yeah, that's normal. She's like, no, I don't think we have to be like, you know what I'm saying, like Velcro. We're like, we don't have to do everything together. And he like, well, yeah, she wants to have her own time alone away from me. And they like, well, that's weird. Like, they just not for it. And the cousin, like, you know what I'm saying, you can call this off at any time. You know what I'm saying, you don't have to do this. You can just call it off. He's like, oh no, it's okay, whatever. He then says to Larissa, are you marrying him for a green card? John is not holding him up. You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, I love him. You know what I'm saying? And the visa only means I can live with him. He can divorce me at any time. We know. And I think if he divorced you, you don't have to go back to your country. But you know what I'm saying? Larissa, like, he was kind of rude when they left. But I mean, like, her and the cousin just wasn't for the bullshit. And, Colt, like, well, no, he's just protective of me, whatever. He's just looking out. I'm pretty sure, it'll get better. Your first impression with people like aren't going as good, but they'll love you like I do. No, they won't, because they think you batshit crazy, and they ain't for the bullshit. So, Fernanda and Jonathan, she been cooped up in the house. She's 19. She wants to be free. So he suggests they take a trip to Myrtle Beach, and so they drive down to have fun. Cool. She brings up how she wants to meet his mom. He's like, oh, okay, we'll get this, we'll get that done. He wants to just plan the wedding. And she's like, before I do that, I want to meet your family because I have not met them or whatever. And I want to get to know your family because I don't want to feel like I'm here by myself. And it's bad enough I don't have my family, so I want to get to know your family. I'm like, that's great. That's actually wonderful. It makes complete sense. So he brings up how his mom may not be all the way behind them getting married because she found out on social media. And so she's upset about that. And he feels like I'm this word that she made kind of this fucking stuff for me. So he's kind of hesitant to let her meet his mom because he's like, my mom might, throw a whole monkey wrench in the whole situation, and I ain't here for it. So we then see them go to a club to have, just a night out. So she getting dressed, he getting dressed. And of course, she takes forever, but she looks great. They get to the club. So one, she's underage, so she can't drink. So she has a whole different wristband because she's underage. They on the dance floor, cut the whole rug. I mean, she dancing, he dancing. It's a whole oonch, oonch, oonch. That club music. That stuff. I don't know what that weird. I don't know. It's techno music or whatever. Um, and so she brings up, I love to dance, and when I'm dancing, like I don't think about anything else. So we see them having a good old time on the dance floor. Now he drinking because he can drink. Okay, he's allowed to drink. And so she brings up how when he drinks, he does stupid things. I'm saying, and I told him that, I'm saying, I want him to have his last drink. So we see that whole thing happen. So she like, don't be dumb. This is your last drink or whatever. Just cut it out. She then says, I'm going to go to the bathroom. So she goes to the bathroom. While she's in the bathroom, we see a girl just start come up and dancing on him. And then he looking around like, whoa, like, hold on, like, come. So he's trying to prevent her from dancing on him. And he's saying to her, like, no, 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 no. But because it's so loud in there, she can't, like, hear him saying, no, no, don't do this. No, help me. Help me. So he's in her ear, like, I can't dance with you. I have a fiance. So it looks like a girl is dancing on him and he's talking in her ear. However, what he's saying is, I can't dance with you. Get off me. I have a fiance. Go ahead on somewhere. But then Fernanda walks up. And when she walks up, she sees them this close. And she sees him saying something to her. But again, he's saying to her, get off me. I can't dance with you. Stop it. Like, in no shape, way, or form, did he entice the girl or entertain the girl. Like, the whole time, and I feel like she was drunk too, and she saw somebody on camera, and she's like, I just want some time or whatever. And she came and popped on his penis. So when Fernanda walked up, she flips out. What the fuck are you doing? Like, pushes the girl or whatever, pushes him. It's the whole thing. You see security kind of walk up like, wait, what's going on here? So, she trying to fight the girl. I'm like, she is crazy. But again, from what she saw the girl dancing on him and him saying something to her. She did not know that he was saying to her, get off me. I can't dance with you. I got a whole fiance. So she's mad, flipping out, walking out. This is bullshit. I can't believe you. I'm here all by myself. I came here for you. Da, 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 da. Give me the keys. Give me the keys. I'm like, she can't go nowhere. I don't think her license is valid in this state, in this country. And not only that, she don't know what the fuck she wants. She can't drive nowhere. So, and I'm like, plus, you are a whole ass Mexican resident here on a visa. You can't be in the club fighting. They would deport your ass back to Mexico, okay? And be like, Arriba Dirty or Hasta Mañana, whatever. So, he bring up, because he's chasing behind her. I can't believe you were dancing with some girl. He's like, I wasn't dancing. I was telling her I couldn't dance with her. Like, she came up. I was explaining how I couldn't do it. So, again, she want the keys to leave. Whatever. He then brings up how she did the exact same thing in Mexico. How they were out of the club. Some girl was looking at him. He happened to look back at the girl. And she got pissed and ended up like fighting the girl or whatever. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. So at this point, he hit the car. She hit the car. And, I can't believe you. You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that to me? And he look at her like she's dumb. Because she is at this point. It was so crazy. And he's trying to figure out, how can I even get calmer down? Because again, I didn't do shit, but she's pissed. But I ain't do shit, but she's pissed. So I'm like, Jesus needs to fix it. So as she kind of yelling at him or whatever, we see the police sirens like, whoop, whoop. I'm like, oh shit. She going to jail. Mexican jail. And so we have to wait to see what happens next. But she was crazy. It was a whole dumb ass, stupid ass. It was just stupid. Completely stupid. Lastly, Eric and Lita. So Eric and Lita are still in Pennsylvania, whatever. They're gonna be driving to Um, are they from Wisconsin? I think it's Wisconsin or whatever. But it's the parents, their first time being in America. So we see the parents are like speaking different languages or whatever, and they're talking about Eric. And she says, well, yeah, my parents said that you look older in person, but you're, a nice guy, whatever. I'm like, Lord Jesus Christ. So they also bring up how Lita is only 8 years older than his oldest daughter. And why he's like, it's only 8 years. It's only 8 years. It's not that bad. She's like, well, no, it is weird that I'm 8 years older than your daughter. Like, that is really weird. Then why are you with him? Girl, I can't do it. Anyway, they get to like the little cabin or whatever, and we see how her father is the famous surgeon, and that's the reason why they have money. And she's also like some kind of surgeon, well, a doctor in Indonesia, but she wants to come here to get more training or whatever, or just be more of a, I guess, a doctor. Um, so at the house, the father like, oh, this is small. like it's a small house. And then he's like usually in Indonesia, we build large houses to be comfortable. So I'm like, oh, I'm kind of people. Okay. So Eric is like, you know what? Let me go to the car to get the kid. The kid been in the car asleep for the past 10 minutes or whatever. I'm like, hopefully he ain't kidnapped. But whatever. But when they bring the kid in, he's grumpy. Grumpy, grumpy, grumpy. He's like sitting with his granddaddy. And then Eric is like, I want to make sure they know that I can like take care of her and him or whatever. And I'm a good father figure. And then, but the little boy is crying. And so he's trying to like, you know, wrestle to pick up the little boy. But he's like, saying dead weight and stuff, just crying or whatever. And I feel like one, he's a kid. He's like 5 or whatever. He's tired. I woke him up from his nap or whatever. And he just kind of wanted to sit on his granddad's lap or whatever and like maybe with his granddad. And so Eric trying to take him away from the granddad, who he probably missed. And he just wanted to spend time with, is why he was even more and more fussy. So we do see the kid just kind of, let the grandfather take him upstairs. But I'm like, I mean, he has 3 kids, so it's not like he has to like prove to them he can be a father. He is already a father, we guess, as we know. So they do all drive to Wisconsin. They all in the car, slumped to sleep. Okay, he's the only one woke, and I feel like he was driving. Like, I hope they don't hate it here. I hope they don't hate it here because it's gonna be crazy. So he's like he does not want her parents to see his apartment yet because she hasn't even seen it yet either. So he says he's rented them an apartment like somewhere, and they're gonna stay there while he takes her to his apartment. But first, they go on to the rented one because his family is there, including his ex-wife. So he says how me and my ex-wife got a divorce. The divorce was amicable. It was a mutual decision. So my wife is just like an extended family member. It's not weird between us. Like it's no issue because we just didn't work out, but it's fine. So like I think it's weird if they have a good relationship. That shows how fucked up you are. Okay, because how are you surprised a person has an okay, good, stable relationship with their ex? I'm like, it's not that big of a deal, but she just, she's stupid. It just shows how warped her reality is that she just can't even understand someone is like good with their ex. Girl, bye. Anyway, they get there, they meet the ex-wife, his parents, or like I think it was his dad and maybe his stepmom. The younger daughter was there, and the older 2 were not there yet because they was at work. So the only thing that was weird was because when they got there, they all like hugged. Like after they all hugged, like nobody was talking. It was like, okay, this is awkward. And then they sat Lita next to the ex-wife. That was awkward too. She kind of brings up how, well, where's the older 2 daughters? Like, oh, well, they had to work. Like one isn't off until this time, the other one isn't off until that time. And then she said, I feel like they're not here because they don't care about me. Well, girl, you don't want the daddy band child support, so you don't care about them. So, girl, bye. Anyway, so, the sister then brings up how, oh, yeah, I hope you guys will support Lita because she wants to become a medical doctor here and y'all can, connect her to the right people. I'm like, do you think that all people in America has the connections to like, doctors to help her? I'm like, no. She's a grown adult. She should do that shit. She's smart and should have the resources to figure out who she needs to get in contact with here. Like, I'm like, at this point, I'm like, it's a bunch of bullshit, okay? all the way through. So, um, what did she say next? The doctor thing. Yeah. Okay. So they then say, okay, well, me and Lily gonna go to see our apartment, and y'all gonna stay here, get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Have fun or whatever, and then we'll talk later. So they go to the new apartment. When they walk in the door, she's like, "Where's the elevator?" He's like, "We don't have one. We have to go upstairs." Uh, I'm not carrying luggage upstairs. Like, I'll carry the luggage. I will carry the luggage. Don't worry about it. So they walk into place. She's like, oh my God, it's a mess. Oh, it's just, oh my God." And I'm like, Lord Jesus. He said he's shocked too because it's a lot of mess everywhere. He said, well, this is what happens with my daughter. Like, I told her to clean up. I guess she did not. The house was messy. It seemed messy and also a little bit empty. Like, it was a lot of this stuff scattered about. Like, it's not like a little crackhead house. Anyway, he like, this is not what it looked like when I left. Like, this is my daughter, whatever. She did not clean up. Lita is pissed because it's like stuff on the table. It's dirty dishes in there. It looked like it was like food sitting out too. I mean, it was dirty. It was messy. It really was. So, she's in like, oh my God, this can't take, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? She then says, I feel like his daughter messed the house up on purpose because she just, doesn't want to deal with me or whatever. I feel like she did it on purpose. She left messy on purpose. I mean, she may have a little bit. Just a little tiny bit, but whatever. She then says, where's our room? Like, show me to our room. They go to the room. It was a nice size room, but he had a full size bed. I'm looking like, you didn't get a new bed? You up here renting cabins and you have not bought a new bed? Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. She's mad. That is too small. That won't fit us both comfortably. You know what I'm saying? That bed is just, where are we going to sleep? He's like, we can both sleep there. She's like, no. Only one of us can fit on that bed. Like, if I'm in his bed, you can't be in it with me. I'm looking like, well, first of all, it's his bed. Whatever. We see that whole thing. She's like, there isn't even enough room for my son. I'm like, I don't know where the son gonna sleep. I mean, I guess make him a pallet on the floor. I digress. Anyway, she then like, where's the closets? He's like, well, that's my half and that's your half. No, I need this whole closet. He lives in, no, you not, girl. It was so dumb. She was just complaining the whole time, getting more and more upset. Okay, and what is this? What is this? He had an air mattress sofa. I didn't know those existed in grown men apartments, but he has an air mattress sofa. I'm like, he's poor. He's poor. Like, he has a full size. He has a 2-bedroom apartment. He shares with his daughter. He has a full size bed and a blow up air mattress couch. He's poor. Lord Jesus. So at this point in time, she's crying. I can't believe this. I'm saying, my sister won't be happy with this. She's gonna make me move back to Indonesia. And he looks so defeated. He looks like she just ruined his whole self-esteem for the rest of his life. And it's a thing to where he isn't living in poverty. He he just has simple stuff. Like, he is enough for him. Like, it's just not extra stuff. And I'm saying, I feel like if your parents are rich to where you say they're rich, they can buy y'all a bed. If they rich how you say y'all rich, they can buy you a couch. Okay, he has the apartment. You can bring a bed and a couch. That's the least they can do. They're rich. The fuck, okay? And so, but he just looks defeated by how much she's saying she hates it all or whatever. I can't, I don't want to cook and clean. I shouldn't have to clean up this stuff. This isn't my mess. We need help cleaning. He's like, we can get my daughter to help. Like, that isn't a big deal. We can get the place cleaned up. And she's like, it just doesn't feel like home. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I want to go back. Take your spoiled ass back then. Take your spoiled ass back to Indonesia. I do not get how a rich Indonesian woman met a poor-ish, not rich white man in America. And you've seen his apartment via the videos. You had to know he didn't have much. I mean, I know maybe in Indonesia, when y'all have open space, it means y'all have open space. Here, it means you have an apartment with no fucking furniture. So, I mean, she made me mad. I want her to punch her in the goddamn throat. Anyway, that was the whole episode. I will see you guys later. It is 4:45 in the morning. God, I gotta go to bed. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay's Corner. Peace.
He's like love, 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 and music.